filter caps were totally dead.
Yep.
I knew it. That's what I said.
So these are new filter caps.
Okay.
I didn't have exactly the right, ones. These are like a slightly larger value, but it doesn't matter because once you go over like 47 microfarads, it's fine. Everything's smoothed out. So I changed those, but these are like power resistors.
Yeah.
These really big guys. Those. And you actually don't stick your hand inside an amplifier like I am.
Okay.
It's really dangerous. But anyways, these things. This one gets so hot that it melted this capacitor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one, all the screen grids are pulling through this one resistor, and then it goes directly to the outside tubes. But these inside tubes. No, the outside tubes get a screen grid resistor of their own, but the inside tubes are fed directly from this resistor, which is weird. Because obviously Mark Trainer didn't want to have screen grid resistors on these inside tubes, and he probably couldn't get away with it on the outside tubes because it would probably oscillate. Usually you've got to have a screen grid resistor for every tube, so that's weird.
Oh. Do you think that it could have been? Does it look like anything that was done like shoddy workmanship from like a previous repair?
No,
Okay.
no, everything looked totally fine. But it's weird. This is usually 4 different resistors that'd be in parallel, and it would be splitting up all that heat amongst 4. Except now everything goes through one, and then these 2 outside ones get a little screen grid. So there used to be a resistor next to this, which is just a grid stopper, and I moved it up to here. I moved all the grid stoppers directly onto the grid. You want the grid stoppers to be right on the grid, otherwise they don't really block the radio frequencies
Those are
and the
grid
noise.
stoppers?
Okay.
Those are little grid stoppers, and I actually moved these. Those are on the board. I put them over here. These wires weren't shielded. You could grab them and move them around and listen to the hum change.
Sure.
It has like a really nasty buzz.
Yeah.
The whole amp has this random grounding where you just grounded all over the amplifier. That's just how they used to make stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be on a bus bar and then go to like a star ground, which is kind of weird. And then he put like high voltage wires next to signal wires.
Right.
That's weird as crap. I started to rearrange it, and I was like, okay, wait, no, I should really try and fix the other stuff. But anyways, I put different tubes in here. They're
Okay.
not brand new, but actually the 2 in the middle are brand new, and the outside ones are
Were those done?
old stock. Well, I had like these electro harmonics.
Oh yeah.
Holding on to for a while. I think I put them on the outside because those get stressed more, and then I put these little stock ones in the middle. But they're way newer than the one. These 2 are new, and these are newer than the ones we're in.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have time, and I didn't want to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like you're. That's wicked though.
But there's only one bias control. Really, it'd be nice to put an individual bias control in the tube so that you don't have to worry about them all matching or not. But anyways, neither here nor there. What I would do if you got the chance is replace this guy, that guy, and that guy.
Okay.
And these, all the big ones.
Replace them?
Just replace them. All these big guys, just replace them. Just take them off, measure them,
Yep.
and buy one just like it, and stick it in there.
How do you take them
How do I
off?
take this out?
You just kind of, I don't want to bend it and
Yeah.
break it, but you would just bend it to the side, stick a soldering iron in there, yank it out. Now, like the lethal voltages, you know when you turn your amp off, you can still play it for a little while?
Yeah.
Play it, that drains all the life out of the filter caps.
Okay.
And it's no longer a danger.
Okay.
You're not going to get shocked.
Yeah.
And then if,
What did you just say? So you turn it off.
turn it off and
play
keep
it,
playing.
and that'll.
Yeah, and that'll
drain the filter caps.
That energy, like the
Yeah.
power that's still in the amplifier, it's the filter caps. They're like batteries.
Yeah.
They're like reservoirs. Another thing is those are old. Those are some of the old filter caps that are still in there.
Uh-huh.
I would have had to take a Dremel and grind these tabs off
Right.
to get them out because there's
Yeah.
4 of them, and you can't get all that hot at the same time.
Right.
And I didn't want to spray the inside of your amplifier with metal shavings
Okay.
without enough time to clean it.
Right.
But sooner or later, those are going to start leaking like an old battery.
Okay.
Like acid's going to start coming out of them.
Spewing out like a geyser.
But probably not anytime soon. And now that they're not in the circuit, it won't happen as soon. But your other caps, you could squeeze them and you hear a crackle sound, which
Right.
means that they're starting to form voids of air. You know, all the juice was set on the bottom, and they were probably getting ready to.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
So hopefully it won't blow. I played it for like half an hour. I tried to go for 40 minutes, but it was really late. And
Okay.
it was really loud.
Yeah.
I turned it on as loud, and I put it on a speaker cabinet, so it was vibrating.
Okay. Cool.
It's probably going to be. It might be a little louder now.
Okay.
So just don't have it turn all the way up
Yep.
when you
Okay.
turn it back on.
Sure.
And
So-
I think that's everything. I sprayed the inside
Wow.
of the pots. I did all the stupid stuff, you know.
It's awesome, man.
I changed this wire. There's wires that I would like. This shouldn't be that long,
Okay.
and I would shield it. There's a bunch of wires that I would shield. Anything that goes to a grid, and anything that comes off of a volume pot. That's good. I should look at that.
What's
Anyways.
like the most urgent thing to be replaced once we get back to Montreal? That.
This guy and these two guys.
Okay.
And I would almost suggest changing the circuit where I moved this grid stop over here. I made a little hole, made a spot there, made a spot there, made a spot there, and then you could use this one here. I'd almost say put a 1K 5-watt resistor from Yodio, from Yodio, from Yodio, from Yodio, and then
Yeah.
feed those 4 points from this wire. This is like the the VS, the voltage for screens. I would split it onto 4 individual resistors that go.
Get rid of this thing
Get rid of this altogether,
Forever.
and just
and then have a
split this
wire.
off into those
Split the wire to 4 individual 1K resistors that go to. I think it's pin 1, 2, 3, 4. Pin 4 of all the tubes.
and then you wouldn't need these either.
Well, this would become like that guy would be there, and you put another buddy over here, basically. I don't know what value this is. I didn't measure it, but 1K of would be a
Per
good
resistor?
good value. Yeah,
Okay.
1K. That's what I would do. I mean, that's a weird way to do it, and it puts all the heat in this one spot.
So those have to be like 600 watt resistors.
Just 5-watt. 5-watt. Like this is probably a 2-watt. This is probably like a 10 or 20-watt resistor. This, what does this say? These are 10 watts, so this is maybe 20 watts. So 5 times 4 would be 20. Be the same difference, but the heat would have more surface area.
Yeah.
It would be distributed. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for the tutorial.
And then if it's still blowing, I mean, I would also wonder. After a while, a fuse can go bad.
Yeah.
Like a fuse box switch.
Yeah.
Like that could just get worn out too.
Right.
But I don't know. Between the filter caps dying, that can make fuses blow. Your tubes are weak. That shouldn't make a difference. Oh, they were covered with like mud.
Really?
Yeah, there was like fall-on dirt, like all
What?
inside your amplifier. I had to like scrape it out.
Mud?
Yeah, like a layer of like
Really?
Because it's
dirt.
like a hard rain has like shot
like
up like.
orange dirt, like full-on orange
Oh,
dirt.
like
So
commentary.
that was weird. I replaced your diodes. They had look like germanium diodes. They have a limited lifespan. Diodes turn on and off, on and off, on and off. It's like the alternator in your car. And they die, so I replaced those. Those are good for 10 years.
As well, or
No, these are those will last longer. And somebody else had already recapped your electrolytic preamp capacitors. So
That
those
was probably faster.
but they didn't change the big ones, which is annoying because it's like you've got to figure out how to make them stay in there and not fall around and kill somebody. I just mounted. I moved some stuff over and I mounted this on the board.
So you mounted these.
Yeah,
Okay, sweet. Awesome.
they're just in there with like this plastic stuff you can get at like Lowe's for strapping things down.
Sweet. That's incredible. That's amazing.
Wow.
I've never had such a thorough.
This is a great sounding amp.
Yeah.
Ah,
I was totally like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
No, that's why I really like it.
It sounds like a really wicked Marshall.
It sounds really good on guitar too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's.
did you enjoy working on it? Was it like?
Yeah. Except it's like, this amp sounds great, and then you open it up, you're like, oh my god, the lead dress is terrible.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's just the way they strung the wires.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
like, this wire should be next to that wire, and that's where it
I
and
wonder
like when you
why.
turn it on, it goes.
Yeah.
doesn't need to do that.
Okay.
It's just because the grounding's random, and there's AC wires and high voltage wires next to signal wires, which I started to try and like phone out, but then I realized I do that all night long, and
Yeah.